Okay, let's go on. Task 3. And in this task, you should answer single question. What will be logged to the console? And here is console log statement. So console.log 3 or true and null or false. So what will be printed to the console in this case? In this expression there are three operators. And they are OR operator, then AND operator, and then again OR operator. In order to find out what will be result of this expression, we need to know precedence and associativity of OR and AND operators. Let's go back to the table and find those operators here. Let me scroll down, and here is AND operator and here is OR operator. They have different precedences, and logical AND operator has higher precedence than logical OR. It means that logical AND will be executed first. And we will evaluate this expression, true and null. And what I will get here as a result of this expression, true and null? I will get null. Why? Because AND operator will evaluate all operands starting from the left. And this first operand, true, will be evaluated to true. It means that we will move on to the next operand in this case. And next and last operand is null. It is false value, but independent of its value, we will return it back, because it is last operand in the sequence. That's why this expression will be evaluated to null. Let's test this, and let's copy this expression and paste here directly in the console of the browser. And here is the result, null. Let me actually add here comment section, and first step, step 1, will be evaluation of the expression true and null, and result will be null. Okay, great. Now this input expression was shortened to the expression 3 or null or false. Now there are only two operators there, and they are both OR operator. And that's why we need to look at the associativity of the OR operator. Let's get back to the table, and associativity of the OR operator is left to right. That's why at the step number 2, we will evaluate expression 3 or null. And remember that OR operator returns value of the first truthy operand. And in this example, first operand 3 is truthy. That's why here we will get 3. Let's prove this, and let me copy this expression and paste here. And of course we will get 3. And that's all. This will be final step, and 3 will be returned back as a result of this expression. But you may ask me, but what about comparison with false? In this example, we will not call this last OR operator, because on this step we already got result, and it is truthy result. That's why it is returned back. OR and AND operators are short-circuit operators, and they stop as soon as OR operator finds first truthy value or AND operator finds first falsy value. It means that in this example, result of the expression will be 3. Let's save this, and yes, it is 3. Okay, in this task you see how is important to know about operators' precedence and associativity. Without this knowledge, it would be really hard to predict what will be result of this expression. Okay, let me comment out this task, and let's move on to the last task. Task number 4. In this task, you will use several operators that we have not yet discussed. And task name will be find alternatives. Let me define here variable a. let a and assign value 10 to it. And here let me write following expression. A equals sign a plus 1. You need to find out alternative version of this expression. Also, you need to find out alternatives to following expressions. A equals sign a multiplied by 2, then a equals sign a minus 5, and finally a equals sign a divided by 2. Okay, I wish you good luck. Okay, in this task we perform reassignment of the value of the variable a. Its initial value is 10, and here we reassign value 11, then we multiply previous value by 2, and so on. On each of those lines, we use two operators, assignment operator and one of the arithmetic operators, either plus or multiplication or subtraction or division. And certainly all those four operators, plus, multiplication and so on, have higher precedence than assignment operator. That's why first this part will be called here, 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 or here, and only then we will reassign value of the variable a. But it is possible to use only single operator in each case. Let's go back to the table and let's find those operators. They are located in the same section as assignment operator, this one that was used in all those four examples, and those operators are following: plus equal, minus equal, multiplication equal, or division equal. There are also other operators of such kind, for example, remainder equal. We will not discuss them, but if you want, you can explore them on your own. Okay, let's now use those operators, and let's start with plus equal. And we can rewrite this line using this single operator instead of two operators, assignment and plus. And alternative is simply, let's write it here, a plus equal 1. And that's all. Let me comment out this line. Let's temporarily also comment out those three lines, and let's here add console log statement, and let's print a to the console. Let's save, and now I get 11. If I will comment this line and uncomment this one and save, I will get exactly same result. Okay, let's go back to the next operator, this one, multiplication equal. And alternative to this one is a multiplication equal 2. And let's print value of the a after this expression. And let me comment, of course, this line. Let's save, and here I get 22. And it is 11 multiplied by 2. If I will uncomment this line like this and save, I will get same result. Okay, and finally let's quickly add alternatives to the last two expressions. Here will be a minus sign equals sign 5, and if I will look to the console, I expect to get 17, let's save, and yes, here it is. And here let's use division equal operator, a division equal 2, and if I will print to the console a now, I expect to get decimal point number 8.5. Let's save, and yes, here it is. Okay, let me add here those comments actually. 8.5, then here is 17, here is 22, and here is 11. Okay, as you notice, it is much more easy to use those operators instead of two operators. But honestly, I would not recommend you to use those operators. Why? Because it is very easy to overlook those operators. For example, if as a developer will read your code, it is very easy to read this line as simply assignment of the value 2 to variable a, not as multiplication of the previous value of the a by 2. That's why I recommend you to use versions with two operators. They are much more readable. And that is the reason why we have not discussed those assignment operators in the practice lectures of this section dedicated to operators. Okay, it was last task in this challenge section, and now it's time to move on. Please notice that we haven't discussed all operators from this table. For example, we have not talked about yield operator, or, for example, about instance of or type of operator. But please don't worry, we will discuss those operators later on in the course. Please also notice that there are some operators that we will not cover in this course at all. And they are, for example, bitwise left shift or bitwise right shift. Those operators belong to the group called bitwise operators, and they are not very often used in the day-by-day programming in JavaScript. But you can practice with those operators on your own. If you want, you can read about those operators here using this hyperlink. Okay, now this section dedicated to operators is completed, and next we will discuss very important topic. And it is difference between expressions and statements. We have talked about expressions and statements a lot before, but now it's time to clarify difference between them. See you in the next section. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. This video was last video in this section. Link to the playlist for the next section you will find here. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Also, please subscribe to this channel. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comment section below. See you in the next sections and happy learning with me and coding tutorials. Bye!